Hello, welcome back. Last time I got reasonably close to clearing this mega room that I am in, and I think I understand just about everything I need to understand for it. Mostly just need to make it happen. There is one little mystery remaining at the end, plus, well, okay. One and a bit mysteries. The main mystery is like where these are going to move. I'm just going to go forward with the assumption they won't get in my way. I'll have time to spring on this spring, then they'll just essentially disappear. Fly off to the left and down and up and not to the right, I hope. The other mystery is like how things go right in this little spot, but I think I can mostly picture what it's going to look like. The rest is just execution. So, do I know how to do this now? 3. Do this, dash up, do a neutral jump, take your time there. 1. Yeah, okay, it's all with me right now. Good. Right, and this is always really iffy. Yep. Huh. Okay, so that was all wrong. I'm slow and... Alright, so I'm doing... What I did there is what I want to do on the second loop. So I'm going to miss my ride, but let's pretend... Okay. So that's the first spot of uncertainty. I know how to resolve it. Just have to think about it and remember. But okay, this is a good start. Very good start. Whoop! Yep, that was too low. I felt it. And yeah, so like, I'm reasonably good at pretty much all the actions here that I need to do. It's just that there are a lot of likely failure points. And one of them's gonna get me, probably. It's just so many. It's hard to dodge every hazard at once when there's such a large number. Dang it! And lining that up never gets any easier. That's probably not true, but it never gets as easy as I want it to get. Doh! Sure, there we go. I still don't know how to judge that. At least I know how to do this now. Whoops! I'm messing up. Okay, so that's my problem. That is today's frontier. Just remember how to do that move like I used to know, but today apparently I don't. Huh? Remember? There we go. Yeah, but I have to be quicker. Okay. Whoop. Sure. I can kinda sorta eyeball it, but I couldn't describe what I'm actually doing. Dope. That was a little weird, but good enough. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. I remember about how this goes, but I never wait long enough for the springboard. It always puts me... Is that a normalizing springboard? I'm gonna cheat to get an answer to that, because I would really like to know, and this just... I've had the opportunity to observe. Let's pretend I took it. Movement. Jump count. Infinite. This is like the one bit of assist mode I'll actually use, I guess. So interestingly, that little obstacle that breaks the upward mover does not, okay, so this is a normalizing springboard. No, it is not. So I want to hit that high. Alright, so part of my problem is that I am, I'm hitting the springboard too low. So my down right dash should happen differently. Okay, so aim for the top of the springboard, because I specifically want to be high on it. Or maybe it'd be better to fall down and dash right, because then I could control my height a lot easier. Okay, let's try that on the next successful attempt. Yep. Dang. Everything in this room has gotten a lot more consistent except that. That's like the one move that refuses to improve. And that's been consistent through... the inconsistency has been consistent through this whole level. Whatever I'm doing, I'm able to judge that now, mostly. Yes, okay. Okay, so I did what I wanted to do. Okay, great. I almost set a record, but I didn't actually hit that switch. Okay, so I think that's a success. So I'm changing that down right dash to a right dash. Takes around the same amount of time, and it'll let me aim better and fix an issue that I have. I'm doing that a little early. Okay. Wah! Nice. Nice. Oh, less nice. Da! Yeah, I was low. But, well, this is a dead run, but I've never gotten to the point where that part matters. That's not true. It would have mattered in parts that I have touched. No, I can't just go forward with that. Because yeah, the thing would have blocked me when I was in the, like, the late loop. Hup, 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 bar. Wash. Yeah, I saw I was high, but I sure couldn't do anything about it. So I think I figured out the key to this little transaction. Like, getting through that gap. The key is to do the first bounce earlier than I had been doing it. Because I have, like, there's a large timing window to get over this hurdle. Yeah, when I'm following this iron spring left. There's a large timing window to get over that hurdle. I've been in the late part of it, which puts me in a weird position here where I'm, like, too far left? And you know, if you draw the arc of where that spring takes me, if it's a little too far left, it might hit that spring that's like... spike that's just under the bottom wooden springboard there? Bottom on this thing? Or might hit the thing on the top. But if that whole thing shifts to the right, it just fits better. Yeah, so just spring there earlier is a solution to one of my consistency problems. Here, let me show you, he says, as if he can control whether this will get that far. I mean, honestly, like, my consistency in this part of the level hasn't been so bad. Again, there's a lot of little things that can go wrong, and will just whenever they feel like it, but like, okay, yeah, about that earlier or so. Yeah, just look how better that curve fits than what I was doing. I saw that I was low and high and did something about it, but then it's just wall bounce alignment, which again, never something I'm great at. That's about the right timing. Yeah, curve fits perfectly. Eesh. Sure. Okay. Ah! Was that too early? No, that's perfect. Okay, that's what that sounds like. Crumble spring. Crumble spring. About that rhythm. That's impossible to aim for! Why is it the... How can I improve at that? Like, that's just... Like, everything else in the room is fine. That's the worst thing. Just, like... Yeah, this is just being the worst thing in the universe right here, right now. How can I possibly improve at that? Let's learn a way. How can I improve at that? Gonna go there, this way. Why are you the way that you are, Switch? Yeah, so that was too high. How would I have known ahead of time? This won't be the same arc exactly. In fact, it really will not. Can't, like, rapidly retry here, because I can't put myself on a bunny hop arc. Well, that was fine. Okay, so can I look at... There are, like... Okay. In the background tiles behind the switch, there are lines drawn. The contrast is really low, though, between the background and the farther background. But that's a little farther right than where the switch is, so it's something I can look at to try to line my feet up with it. Alright, I guess my eyes are on, like, that little L-shaped notch, whose floor aligns with where the switch is. So that's where I'm going to be looking now to try and line up this thing that's just absolutely impossible for me to align. Just... my skill set says that is a task that cannot be done with any precision. I wish it could. I'm looking for ways to improve, and this is... the background reference is what I'm going to attempt. Look at the background. Well, remember to bunny hop first! Even when I get here on the very next attempt, which this time I did, well, not quite that far, it doesn't feel like it just because the iteration time is so gigantic here. Like, that's kind of the defining feature of this room. How time-consuming it is to do the first little bit. It's what, like a 35-second tax every single time just to get to... the point where I'm interacting with things that, you know... No, you don't. What am I talking about? The threshold I'm mentioning is... Not yet. Not yet. Here-ish. Look at the background. Hey, it worked. Okay. Thanks, background. Yo, record! Okay. And this is viable. This run could win the room. I wrecked my timing by pausing. Let's hope I can recover. I need a moment. Okay, so I am currently on a record-setting run. When I unpause, I want to be holding jump and left and very shortly dash up. After that dash up, I dash up left, I grab the wall, I jump up, I wave dash on the switch. Okay, I'm ready to do those things. I did those things. I got sprung an extra time. I wasted a dash. Okay, so I needed to do my down left dash earlier, but that does aim me pretty well for that hole. Okay, so most of that went as planned. I end up a little farther left here than I wished to. But that's easily fixed by... Okay, so I think the actual dash directions I'm going to use... Also, yeah, I saw where the springs were approaching. They were going to be ready to pick me up as soon as I get here. Okay, that was a very good record-setting run. Close to the end. To do this part, alright, I think I want to down left dash just before the pink. That'll carry me all the way here. I down right dash, I up right dash, I eat the green thing, and I use it to get to wherever the metal spring is, hopefully. Then I'm going to have to interrupt that upward and get to this wooden spring, and it's a little behind the wooden that's scary. Especially with these spikes right here. Eesh. Do I need to do a little better, like a right dash here instead of a down right? Probably a good idea. Right dash instead of a down right. Alright, down left. Get down here, dash right. Hope you don't hit those spikes, that's my worry. My speed is wave dash, getting attenuated by having been in the air for a while. So, you know, I'm not going at a 45-degree angle, but it's not super far off. I don't know, if I wait for a right dash, I think I'm gonna hit that spike. Or if I don't wait for it, I'll hit those spikes. That's the concern. Well, I gotta try one or the other. The down right dash, concern with that is it puts me too low to grab this and have time to navigate my way to the spring. If the spring's like right in my face, it's just gonna put me on those spikes and kill me. What's its height? Its height is not such that it hits that switch, because I was measuring the wrong thing when I thought it was. Its height is... aligned with the top of that green background above the switch. The bottom of it is. So yeah, again, 2 tiles above the green crystal. So I'm gonna eat that green crystal, dash up right, and the spring will be when I hit it about in the center of the screen here. Which probably means I miss those spikes. Alternately, if I can get high enough, I can do a right dash, and maybe it's farther right, meaning I would handily miss those spikes and have lots of time to get where I'm going. Okay, let's hope for one of those things. That was kind of early. It worked, though. Yeah, I was just always being too late on that. Hey! I didn't even look at the background, and I... What? Yep. Hey! Oh, I missed the switch. Okay, that was second place record. Ship. Oh. Whoops! I didn't hold jump. Yes. Alright, so I need to work on my aim there. Alright, I could see clearly what went wrong. Just hope I can do something about it next time. Hey, did I solve that problem? That's not giving me trouble anymore. Huh. Well, that's nice. Yep. Yes. Ah, different aim problem. Well, I looked at the background, but it didn't help me. So, problem's not solved, but my success rate went up at least, so that's about all I can really hope for, I guess. No problem is ever solved, they just get smaller. Well, hopefully. Sometimes they don't even do that. Good. Yep, no. Yep. I gotta dash earlier, but my trajectory's fine. Just dash earlier, my trajectory's fine. I can do what I planned. The right dash after I'm at the bottom is gonna be correct. Just dash earlier. That's what I need to work on. Wrong way? Door! Yes? Okay. Yes, I'm here. Got that. No! Okay, well, that's a good record. That's very close to the end. So, alright, there was some uncertainty there about how I would be getting that crystal, the last crystal. Okay, the springboards worked out really well. They were a little farther left than is comfortable for this. I don't need that. I could just put my feet on top of the thing that I'm riding, and it'd be fine, although... Is the suggestion that you want me to actually, like, wave dash on that thing or something? I think it is. Yeah, just the way everything lined up. I think it wants me to hit all 3 springs. After the 3rd one, dash up right to get that, dash down left to wave dash on the thing, fall down through here, dash left to get that spring. I might actually be in a race of some sort. Looking at the alignment of everything, yeah, I mean, like, that's a plausible move to do there. It also feels unnecessary, because my plan was just to cling onto the wall, jump when it's available, fall down and hit all those at once, hit this spring, but looking at it, I think I want that wave dash in there. Alright, one final complication, but I'm really close. Nah. Okay, sure, if you say so. I'm not sure I believe you, though. Okay. Ah, my hair. My wave dash was bad. Oh, that counted again. I'm not sure I believe you. Well, okay. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing it. Foosh, foosh, foosh. I got the last one. Oh yeah, we are heavily pausing here. I am not doing anything without that pause button. Well, that was a mess. Would I be better off skipping that spring entirely? Okay, so they kind of fly all over the place. One does go down and slightly to the right, sort of into the zone where the spring is. Is that spring just a trap? I have a hard time believing that. If I had hit it, maybe I would have been okay. I couldn't tell, though. The friendly platform was pretty close. Why don't I just skip that spring? I think that spring's a trap. Because if I'm on any of this, then I'm just, oh, you know, those could make an obstacle field somewhere, and this situation might be more complicated than it looks. But okay, I'm to the point where I can safely experiment with that stuff. I can get there with something resembling consistency. It has currently been 57 minutes, in case you're curious. That's been reasonably steady progress, like no big lulls. I'm very close to the end, but, I mean, again, just little things are gonna... little pinpricks here and there are gonna get me, still. Okay, so, right. Theory is I skip that last spring and just go for the friends I know instead of making a new friend. You, that friend, right there. Because, like, it was totally close enough. I could have hit it. Dough. Yep. Ah. Every time. That's a dash that takes extra effort. These have become relatively effortless, which is very nice to see. No! Well, I messed up. Yes, with confidence. Ah, well, without confidence. No! Well. You know, I suppose, if I really wanted to, I could do another truncated run to practice that last step without the springboards there. That's a thing I could do, but I don't think I want to. Like, skip the upper final loop and just go straight to the lower final loop. But I don't think that's necessary. Let's just get it done. That was a little late. I made it work. Remember when that bunny hop was impossible? I'm glad that problem went away. It's just gone. Doesn't exist anymore. Okay, I'm here. Okay. Well, I didn't do any of that right. Don't just jump. You gotta do a wave dash. It's important. Woo! By which I mean, dough. Ah. Ooh. Yo. I didn't even need this. I'm just gonna ride you for a second, get here, and be done. Oh, finally. Level end. Okay, that was a lovely room. I have lots of things to say about it. I recognize that touch switch. I know who you are. This is the end. This is the end of the level. Guess I'm going down. Somewhere. Okay. And this is the start of the level, right? Where there's one more heart switch to touch, and that'll give me the heart? Where am I and what's happening? Doesn't seem to be anything left or right, so I guess I'll go down. Oh, the camera says right. Okay, how would I have known? Make a blind jump, I guess. Okay. Where am I? What's happening? Is this the end? What do you want from me here? I can go there, I can do this, I guess, and then make it here, okay. You wanted me to keep going, got it, okay. How could I have known? Alright. Is this the beginning of the level? With that switch hit and the crystal hearts in here. Ding dong, or rather it will take me there. Just as I predicted. Okay. Okay. There you are. Well, I'm locked in with you. No leaving now. I can swim up here. There's nothing to see. It's funny I can tell this is sideways floor, not just wall. Alright, heart. I collected you. A Grandmaster Red has been cleared. 1 hour 6, that's not so bad. That is not so bad for the amount that I did today. Okay, so yeah, that room, what it feels like it did, it locked me in the room with several of my personal demons, and that lock did not come off until my demons and I had come to an agreement. But I defeated them. They are gone. I gained enough consistency to be able to do that with... So, right, one reason for today going as it did is because my morale was able to be much higher. Because my consistency at the start of the room was greatly improved. Like, okay, here's a funny little story. When I woke up and was lying in bed earlier today, I went through the entire route of the room as I understood it in my head. This is not the first time this has happened to me with this game, but yeah, just, I kind of set the tone for the day, knowing, later today I'm going to have to conquer this room. Let's go through every step mentally, just in my head. I know exactly what everything looks like, I know what every step is, picture how your thumbs are going to move. I'm going to imagine that that process helped me. Even though it was like, quite a few hours ago now. That's fine though. It put me in the right headspace, which I think stuck around, and got the room done. Alright, and I think that came in at actually just under the amount of time I spent on the final yellow level? If you count by episodes. Let's see what the journal time says, though. Yeah, sometimes when I say time, I mean one thing, sometimes I mean the other thing, and you're just gonna have to guess which is which. If I say something that doesn't make sense, it might mean I meant something else, it might mean I misspoke. Sticker, upper left. Flower growing on piece of land with waterfall. Wow, that's close. So it did come in 4 minutes under, 3 minutes and a change under Drifting Deep. Death's much higher. Alright, so higher death density, very close. Neither of them nothing has quite taken a full 24 hours yet. If I get to the heart side, that probably will. That's still an if, not a when, but it's a little less iffy now than it was. My confidence in continuing here is not shaken. What's Stellar Odyssey? I don't know. That name doesn't ring any bells right now. Did I take a second look at that before? Stellar Odyssey. When I hear that name, I just think of the Solar Express, but I know what that is. I've gone through this before. I've read Stellar Odyssey, gone, what's Stellar Odyssey? Then went in and checked what it was, and yeah, I don't know. Well, we'll be finding out next time, I guess, unless I want to take a vacation. Do I? Where am I in the world? What's waiting for me if I do? So, theoretically, intermediate silvers. What's the state of those? Is the next one that really, really long level? No, it's the next after Honeyzip Inc. Huh. I look at this, and today, at this specific moment, that just doesn't catch my eye at all. I want to make progress. I want to stick with this. I do not need a vacation, surprisingly enough. I defeated my demons, and gained some energy from that. So yeah, next time Stellar Odyssey. Strawberries will be involved again, so in fact for the rest of this lobby there are no more strawberry-less levels. Okay, so Stellar Odyssey. What I remember about this level is I keep forgetting what it's about, so my memory is a meta-memory, but I have no actual memory. 74, that's a really weird climbing level. Shattersong is Shattersong, it needs no introduction, more than I've given it. Summit is an even weirder climbing level that's going to be like the absolute nightmare. That is the one that I am by far the most worried about. Yes, more than Ivory. Yes, more than Pinball Purgatory. Yes, more than Solar Express, even though I don't even know what that level's about. Yes, more than Milumbo. Like, Summit looks like the real boss fight in here. But, I mean, it's rated one difficulty lower than those last four. I assume there's a reason for that. Maybe it's super short or something? Anyway, next time I'm going to rediscover what Stellar Odyssey is because I keep forgetting, and that ought to be exciting.